Hi, Paulette Deckers here, owner of the Northwest Bridal Showcase. Today we're here with Laura Wentworth, owner of Elle W Hair, and we're going to be discussing the do's and don'ts of choosing your wedding hair. The first thing that Laura wanted to discuss was using a pro and why that is so important. So Laura?
I think it's really important to hire a professional. One of the things, we always have a friend who is good with a curling iron, or a mom who can do it, or a family friend. And the thing is, when I talk to photographers, one of the most important things they talk about is having very fuzzy hair in the edits. And they spend a lot of time editing hair in the edits.
Wow.
So you pay for that as a bride.
I never thought of that. Yeah,
right.
That's interesting.
So it's really important that you hire somebody who understands what it's like to do smooth hair, to have it look beautiful, and to have it last. The other thing you're also looking at during these time frames is a tight time frame. Right, you've only got an hour and a half, or you're going to have a makeup person come something. You need to hire somebody who's a professional and who can get it done in the time frame and get it done right, so it'll last all day.
Right. Yeah. Gosh, that is so important. Okay. Great tip. Thank you. The next one you talk about is do collect pictures of hairstyles that you think you might want to use.
Yeah, you always want to collect a lot of pictures. You know, Pinterest has been great. You can put a lot of pictures on there. You can say, I like the top of this one, I like the bangs in this one, I like the back of this one. Those are really important things to take a look at, so that somebody like a professional could come in and edit them out and make sure that you get sort of a combination of all of those things and get the perfect hairstyle. So that's really important. And make sure you do a trial. When you do something like this, always do a trial, so that way you know what you're going to get, what to expect.
Yeah, trial seems like that would be extremely important, because you just never know. You might love that hairstyle like in a photo, or like you said on your Pinterest board or something, and then as soon as you get it on your own head, or you're going to decide, no, that I didn't think, that didn't turn out quite the way I wanted it to, right? So
exactly, and that happens quite a bit. People who think they want to wear their hair down end up wearing it up, or they pick a really tight hairstyle that doesn't work for an outdoor wedding. So certain things like that you need to do, and a trial is really important. Some hairstylists include the trial with their prices. That's something I don't do. I separate out my trial. I want to make sure that I'm the right hairstylist for you. So I have a separate price for my trial. So if you come in, we do your hairstyles, you figure out I'm not the person for you, or we mutually agree, then you're free to go to somebody else and you have it paid for an entire package. And I think that that's something important to look for.
Oh, definitely. So when they're looking for a stylist, maybe they need to look at extra services and what is provided in the cost of the trial, or whatever, right?
Correct. Okay. And you want to look at the contract too and talk about that, because sometimes there are on-site fees that are very expensive.
Oh boy, okay, great
that
tip.
Can cost a lot of money.
That's something that I wouldn't have known about. So hopefully the girls out there will find that helpful. All right, and then you said do not assume that your everyday stylist, the person who does your hair on a regular basis, is the right person for this particular occasion. Why is that?
Well, as stylists, we try and do everything. We do everything from perms to extensions to color to cuts, all of that stuff. Most of us tend to be really good in one area. Most of us tend to be a better colorist than a cutter, or a better perm than an updo person. As a person who specializes in updos, I spend a lot of time working on it. I concentrate my education in that area. I follow a lot of photographers and things like that. And I also have mentors who have taught me hairstyling. And there's a certain construction and things that a lot of stylists are intimidated by. And rightfully so. It's a lot of work. There are other things that I'm intimidated by. One of the places I get the most referrals from are other stylists.
So it's a good thing to ask. So I mean, if you absolutely love your hairstyles, go ahead and ask them first. But if it's just not their thing, definitely ask for referrals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Cool. Okay, and then you said do consider hair type. Why is that important?
Well, if you've got very thick hair, having a full updo might be a big headache for you, literally. And it might be more work than you want. Conversely, if you've got very fine, thin hair and you pick these huge Elsa braid type moments, they're not going to work for you. So consider your hair type. And with that, sometimes you may need to buy extensions, and that's okay. If you can't grow your hair, buy it. So that's one of the things that we take a look at too.
That's a great tip, yeah. And it makes so much sense, because sometimes maybe your hair isn't quite thick enough to do that beautiful updo that you're wanting or whatever, and there's no reason why extensions can't be used to fill in, so
Exactly.
that's fantastic. Okay, and for our very last tip, we're going to be discussing red carpet hairstyles. Why are they important, not important? What are we looking for on that?
Well, when you're looking at a picture of a bride or a hairstyle, you're looking at a moment that's been captured. You're looking at stylists standing by with their combs and their hairspray and all of their products, and it's a 2-second moment. What we're looking at for a wedding picture is an all-day event. We're looking at pictures in the morning, and we're looking at till the very end when you leave with your groom.
Right, but
So
you mean
we
you
want
don't
to
have
make
an
sure.
entourage for...
If you're lucky enough to hire one, congratulations, good for you.
Yeah.
But if you're not, it's something you want to consider that a hairstyle, if it's very loose, it's going to start out very tight. If it goes very loose in the beginning, it's only going to fall and not be so great. And you also want to take into account whether you're going to be indoors, outdoors, things like that. So actually really consult with your stylist, but understand that you love this loose, sexy, pulled back look, but it really isn't realistic for all day for your pictures.
Okay, well, man, these have been fantastic tips. I absolutely love that you've shared this with us, Laura. And I do hope that you girls out there will find something very valuable in this when you're going out and choosing your own wedding hairstyle. It's such a big day. So it's good to know about these things. And if you want more information about Laura and her services, you can find her at lwhair.com.
Super.
All right,
Thank you.
Thanks, Laura.